Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into the future of architectural spaces, and specifically, we're unpacking a massive, really dramatic shift that's happening in Dubai as we head toward 2026. For the longest time, Dubai has been completely synonymous with this flashy, over-the-top opulence. But if we actually look at the latest data and the new design projects popping up across the region, that old narrative is just completely changing. We are seeing this incredible evolution toward mindful, sustainable minimalism. To really wrap our heads around this shift, take a look at the contrast here. We're finally moving away from that glossy, high-maintenance era of traditional luxury. You know the ones, spaces that felt like performative showpieces, basically meant just to look good in photographs. The new 2026 reality is entirely about personal, grounded, and human-centric design. It's way less about sheer square footage now, and much more about how a space actually makes you feel and how it functions in your actual daily life. All right, let's lay out our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to break this design evolution down into 6 core pillars: the new era of luxury, landscape-led color palettes, timeless and sustainable materials, bringing the sky indoors, biophilic and purposeful spaces, and to wrap it up, the future of Dubai design. So, jumping right in. Pillar number 1, the new era of luxury, defined by intentional minimalism. Modern spaces are now designed to actually be lived in. They rely heavily on clean lines and a very deliberate palette of neutral shades. I absolutely love this quote because it hits the nail on the head. Luxury today is not styled for photographs. It is designed to be lived in. When we look at modern Dubai lobbies and homes, like the recent commercial projects by Amidas Design, for example, we're seeing spaces that embrace incredibly clutter-free layouts. Instead of totally overwhelming the eye, designers are using these subtle beige tones, high ceilings, and striking focal points, like maybe a single beautifully curved sofa with a matte finish. It's all about this delicate balance of subtlety and grandeur where every single element literally has room to breathe. Moving right along to Pillar 2, landscape-led color palettes, which is all about echoing nature. We're seeing a massive shift away from those sharp, jarring contrasts of the past, moving instead toward naturally grounded tones. We're talking warm sand and dune-inspired beiges, muted olive and softened sage, rich terracotta, and deep harbor teal paired with mahogany. These specific hues literally reflect the outside world. They bring this incredibly settled, cohesive feel to a space, whether it's a private residential villa or a high-end executive suite. These natural tones actually echo the landscape outside, which seamlessly connects the interior right back to the environment. A really brilliant example of this in action is what we're calling the executive sophistication palette in high-end workspaces. By using rich woods like mahogany alongside deep harbor teal and muted olive, modern offices are communicating this sense of understated luxury and professional authority. It feels very established and successful, for sure, but also incredibly modern and approachable. Now, for Pillar 3, timeless and sustainable materials. The key here is aging gracefully. The foundational elements of this new era are all about materials that physically ground a space. Just look at this incredible visual pairing that's completely dominating Dubai interiors right now. On one hand, you have cool, sleek stone. Think beautiful travertine panels or softly veined marble. And then right next to it, you have the inviting warmth of natural, solid wood. So whether it's a custom-crafted desk in a CEO's office or a fluted wood feature wall in a family kitchen, this interplay ensures the luxury remains super warm and inviting. So what does this actually mean for how we define luxury today? Well, sustainable luxury means utilizing responsibly sourced materials that reduce waste, improve energy efficiency, and literally grow richer with time. Sustainability is no longer just some thoughtful little add-on. It is a core metric of what makes something luxurious. Homeowners and executives alike are demanding materials like lime plaster and natural textiles that preserve value, lower maintenance over time, and fundamentally respect the environment. All right, Pillar 4, and this one is a real game changer: bringing the sky indoors through human-centric lighting. Let's explore a totally revolutionary approach to how we light these spaces. This is the Colux artificial skylight. And to be clear, it's not just a bright LED panel attached to the ceiling. It's a patented technology that faithfully reproduces actual sunlight and a blue sky indoors. It uses this highly sophisticated optical system to visually and biologically reproduce daylight. It completely transforms spaces where natural light is either scarce or totally absent. The science behind why this matters is absolutely fascinating. Back in 2017, the Nobel Prize in Medicine was actually awarded for uncovering the molecular mechanisms behind our circadian rhythms, our internal biological clocks. Our bodies biologically need natural light to regulate how we think and feel. By integrating these artificial skylights into deep plan offices in Dubai, employees are literally experiencing reduced cognitive load, lower stress, and vastly improved focus. It effectively tricks the brain into feeling the calm and energy of a clear, sunny day. And get this, the biological benefits are entirely measurable. Scientific studies have shown that daytime exposure to this specific type of human-centric lighting leads to an average of an extra 18 minutes of sleep at night. That's right, 18 extra minutes. By aligning your circadian rhythm during your workday, your nighttime melatonin levels improve, which gives you better, deeper rest overall. It's incredible. Which brings us nicely to Pillar 5, biophilic and purposeful spaces. This is exactly where function meets aesthetics. This all builds into a much broader integration of nature and smart layouts. Notice how the indoor greenery in the setup completely changes the entire atmosphere of the room. As the quote says, it's not just brighter, it feels more natural, more human. Designers are strategically positioning large potted palms and vertical gardens to provide this organic, flowing contrast to hard materials like concrete and marble. And it goes even deeper. The shadows cast by the leaves interact with the lighting to add a sense of movement, which science shows actively calms the nervous system. But of course, true functionality is about more than just bringing in plants. Purposeful space design is achieved through 3 really key steps. First, you have fluid zones that evolve with your daily routines, so no more of those rigid, unused formal rooms. Second, hidden smart home technology. Things like lighting and temperature control are seamlessly and practically invisibly embedded right into the architecture. And third, acoustic planning. Walls and ceilings are literally engineered to absorb sound and reduce echo, which creates an invisible underlying layer of calmness. Finally, let's wrap up with Pillar 6, the future of Dubai design, where intention defines the home. Ultimately, whether we are looking at a private DMCC corporate office with polished concrete floors and sleek glass partitions, or a sprawling residential villa over in Dubai Hills, the core philosophy is exactly the same. Architecture, interior design, and landscaping are no longer being treated as separate, distinct layers. They are being designed together as one unified living entity. The entire space is crafted from the ground up to prioritize human well-being. I really want to leave you with this powerful quote from our sources today. Trends will inevitably fade, but intention defines the home. And that right there is the absolute essence of this 2026 design philosophy. It's about moving past what is superficially trendy right now, and instead creating spaces built with patience, with purpose, and with a really deep understanding of the human beings who actually inhabit them. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to pose a question directly to you. Take a look around your own environment right now. How does your space reflect your daily life? Does it actually serve your intentions, your focus, and your well-being? Because if it doesn't, well, maybe it's time to take a page out of Dubai's 2026 playbook. Thank you so much for exploring this with me today. Keep learning, keep observing, and keep designing your world with intention.